Yo, what is up, my dudes? This is DevinePlayz, and welcome back to another episode of Angel Wings. Let's just go ahead and get into it. This seems to be quickly becoming a near daily occurrence. Oh, this is me with Nudie at Sun Cafe. She asked me for a coffee, and I'm like, wow, you want me to buy you a coffee? You know what? Heck no. Just kidding. I can't say no. Plans for tonight? Oh shoot, what did I say? Catch up on my music homework. I keep getting distracted. Well, that's no fun. You should live it up a little bit. Live it up, live it up. How do you propose I do that? You should go see a Wise band tonight. Ooh, band? Oh yeah, the reason she's at the studio all the time is to practice with her bandmates. I think they're performing at a bar downtown tonight. You should go, might be fun. A broke student like myself can't afford concert tickets. Now I really regret buying that coffee for Nudie. Oh, and it's free. Let's go! Now you're talking my language. Oh, I'd go, but I think I'm too old for stuff like that now. You're like, not even that much older. You know, I talked about not being at Jay's bar. Here we are! You know what? It honestly is kind of nice to see this place again. Dang, I feel like I've actually been to these places. So I'm assuming because we're here, Jay is gonna be part of the band. I'm assuming, right? Using the address Kay provided me, it wasn't too hard to find the place. I gaze around the bar, cavern-like darkness, ambient blue lighting, and a granite countertop seem to align with popular trends. A stone J adorns the bar wall. I think this is old. Hey! Band's in the back room. Can I get you a drink? So weird seeing Jay in this playthrough because she's a secondary character now. She's no longer a primary character. Hearing the music but not seeing a band anywhere, my confusion is evident as the bartender approaches me. Okay, that's what it said. Walkthrough says to say sure. So yeah, sure. Anything works. Anything? Alrighty then. Oh, you're gonna give me that blue drink? She inverts a bottle of tequila into a oh no, filling it with enough alcohol to kill an elephant. Enjoy. What is wrong with this city? I file my way back into the back room, where the air is thick as the crowd gathers for what appears to be a multi-band event. Up next, we have the Flying Elvis. What a name! The group enters the stage, a basic lineup of a guitarist, bassist, and singer and drummer. Frickin', let's go! I see Y perched behind her drums, head barely peeking above the cymbals. As the band begins their performance, the room begins to empty. Patrons shaking their head before stumbling out. What? This is a frickin' banger! The singer's notes are flat. Oh, the guitarist can't keep up. And the bassist doesn't appear to be doing anything at all. Oh. Okay. On the other hand, Y is slamming away at the cymbals and snares, trying her best to make the best of a bad situation. Her enthusiasm doesn't seem to be contagious though. Sweat glistening on her forehead, her exhaustion is apparent. The band departs the stage to a smattering of courtesy applause, Y hanging her head low as she walks off the stage. It's freaking jamming. I didn't see much reason to stick around any longer. I figure Y will head out soon as well. Unless that girl has a drinking habit I don't know about. Honestly, nothing about her would surprise me anymore. Oh hey. She turns, clearly shocked to hear my voice. Her eyes widen for a moment before she squints suspiciously. Suspiciously? What are you doing here? That's starting to become a repetitive question, isn't it? I'm embarrassed. I have hiccups. You were great. The rest of the band was pretty rough, to be honest. I wasn't great. I can do better. I'm not sure what else to say. It's always awkward when someone skilled won't accept a compliment. Oh, snap, who the heck are you? Why? She perks her head up as someone calls her name. Can you help load the truck? Coming. Is this supposed to be someone? Or is that just some random person? She looks over at me before staring down at her black Converse sneakers. I have to go. Thanks for coming. She trots off to join her bandmates. A rare moment of sincerity from her. Day 13. Oh, hey Devin. I forgot to tell you. The semester is ending in the next couple of days, so make sure you finish any work you still have lying around. I've only been here for like 4 days. How is the semester nearly over already? Oh, well, you know, school board, they keep pushing for shorter semesters, and I don't think that's a good idea, you know? Back in my day when... How old are you exactly? A lady never tells. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, that was mad rude, main character. Just interrupting her like that. Okay, I'll get it done. Oh, and another thing. I need a skill evaluation too. Paperwork is nice and all, but I need to make sure you've learned how to either play an instrument or sing or something like that. I have no doubt you can do it, but I need real proof. Maybe a short duet with Yujong would be good. It's not totally fair to expect you to have a full semester of skills yet, I suppose. Sure, I'll tell her. Let's just call her over. Yujong, dearie. I was just telling Devin over here that we need to do some kind of evaluation. I think a duet would be good, don't you? Sure, I think that would be nice. Excellent. Here are some sheets I think that would suit you two. She rustles around in her massive binders before eventually digging out a few sheets and handing them to Yujong. Yujong quickly scans the pages, nodding along. This looks fine. Shall we get started, Devin? Sure thing. Oh, you two are so precious. Ah, to be young again. You are young. Anyway. So this is a duet, which means we each get one side of the piano. I'll take the right side and you take the left? I think the higher notes are a little harder to read, so I'll handle that. Sure. Yujong sits on the bench. Come on, sit down. Oh, right. I take a seat on the bench next to her. I don't think it's too bad. Here, try this part. Starting from measure 5. Uh-huh. I think I'm starting to get it. I think we can get this down without a problem. Let's play a little together. I don't think I've ever sat this close to Yujong before. It's amazing how her eyes stay on the music sheet the entire time she's effortlessly moving her hands around the keys. I'm still relatively lost, but slowly picking it up. Good work. I think we've earned a little break, don't you think? Sure. She casually hums to herself while quietly paging through a nearby music book. Unlike most students, she doesn't take this time to find her friends or look at her phone. She's an outlier for sure. My curiosity gets the best of me, perhaps despite my best judgment. Yujong? What kind of person do you like? What? Hey, that kind of came out of left field, just saying. I don't think I used the right words there. I consider correcting myself, but she seems to be locked in deep thought about her answer. I guess kind, caring. Maybe in good shape too? I don't know. Well, I guess, my chances just got thrown out the window. That sounds nice. She smiles and carries on. Let's get back to it. Try it from here? Sure. I scoot closer to reach the middle keys. Yujong always moves away to give me more space. We make it through the song without terrible difficulty, although I've only used one hand so far. That was great. You did a really good job. Thanks. This isn't so bad after all.
Oh dear, it appears that we've run out of charcoal for today's exercise. I don't suppose any of you have enough to share with the entire class? I'll need a few volunteers to run to the local art supply store.
The professor scans the room for candidates. Are they victims? I'd take the opportunity to leave the class any day.
Devin, you're the new student. I think perhaps this will be an opportunity to get better acquainted with the city.
Sure.
Now, we'll need to send another student with you to make sure you don't lose your way. Let's see.
A pale hand. Oh, shoot. I was too busy getting in character. A pale hand lazily rises into the air. I volunteer. In this moment, the professor's expression resembles that of a weary parent whose child asked them, "Are we there yet?" for the 14th time this hour.
Miss Chang, I don't think that would be such a good idea.
Teacher, can I go to the bathroom then? The teacher removes his glasses with his right hand and sighs, massaging his temples with the left.
Miss Huri, would you kindly accompany Miss Chang and our new student?
Hyuri's head snaps to attention upon hearing her name. Do I have to? I'd like to get some work done.
Miss Huri, I trust you'll be responsible enough to corral these two back in time.
Hyuri exhales in a soft puff and places her pencil down. She diffidently glances at Chang for a moment before her eyes meet mine. Lips pursed, her reluctance is written clear as day. As you wish. What are you trying to say? You don't trust me, Professor? Hyuri flashes an artificial smile before standing up and turning away, where her face instantly reverts to a nearly imperceptible frown.
No, I don't trust you, you freaking trash. Always walking out of my classroom to hang out at the dumpster.
According to the professor, the mall isn't far from the school, perhaps a 15-minute walk. Proceeding along the main road, the shade from the sparse trees and tall buildings shield us from the hot sun. A balmy spring masquerading as summer, the world is awash in the bright rays overhead. Chang is sticking to the side of the road, strolling along in the shade of the trees. No doubt that baggy sweater is a little much for today's heat. Well, she's not wearing a sweater anymore right now. Hyuri strides ahead briskly, her long, thin legs covering large swathes of ground with every step. She presses on with arms crossed, her high heels clicking rhythmically on the concrete, always seeming to be preoccupied with her work. It's odd to see her out of her element. It would appear that she feels the same way. Meanwhile, Chang seems to be enjoying the sights, her eyes wandering from the city skylines to the clouds above. I increase my pace to catch up to Hyuri while Chang continues her laid-back amble. Sorry for making you come out here with me. Her expression softens as she turns towards me. It's not your fault, Devin. I'm just thinking about getting back to work. I know you take your art very seriously. Her cheerful smile makes me feel a bit more at ease. I don't think she's too upset after all. It's something that makes me happy. What about you, Devin? Does creating art makes you happy? This is a much deeper question than I anticipated answering today. I don't know yet. I don't know. No, I don't think I know that yet. I look back at Chang, who is falling further and further behind as she continues at her own pace. Should we wait for Chang? Hyuri discreetly rolls her eyes with the intensity of annoyance I've only ever seen from Chang. Despite her subdued and professional nature, it seems Hyuri has a bit of an impatient streak. I suppose. What's the hurry? We're all going to get there eventually. We can't just leave her behind. I guess we could walk a little slower. Fine, I guess. Sorry, Hyuri. Not like we're gonna be late. You're not wrong, but I mean... Slowing our pace, we eventually arrive at the mall a few minutes behind schedule. Unlike last time, the mall is bustling with the constant chatter of conversation. Despite the fact that it's the middle of the work week, and like every other mall in the world, this one smells like pretzels. There doesn't appear to be a pretzel shop anywhere in the vicinity, but still. Freshly baked pretzels somewhere. Shall we go directly to the art supply store? I'd like to get back to class on time. Chang has already wandered off in the opposite direction, seeming to have no intention of returning to Hyuri. Alright, I'm gonna go with Hyuri because I feel kind of bad. I decide the responsible choice is to make sure we get back on time. I already feel bad for dragging Hyuri away from her work, so I should accompany her to the art store. You know, Devin, Chang might not be the best influence on you. Surprisingly direct and to the point. How do I respond? Oh, no, I agree. I think you might be right. I'm glad you see it that way. We buy enough charcoal for the entire class and make our way back to class. Part of me wanted to wait for Chang, but it would take hours to find her in that crowded mall. Ah, well. Well, I guess I have time to do some work now, said Chang. Oh, you're still up? I recognize Kay's voice. Oh, no. Ha! That's not Chang. Did you miss me? What are you working on anyway? Nothing. Cooking recipes? I'm touched. Oh, so this is old. Never mind. Alright. So how was the concert? Well, it was pretty good. She's quite impressive. And the rest of the band? They were, whew. She smiles sympathetically. It's okay. I know what you mean. Nudie helped me find some videos of them online once. Maybe you could help her out. With what? I don't know how to play the drums. At least, not as well as she can. Not like that, silly. Maybe you could help her with the band. Give her some feedback and try to help them become a little more successful. Why doesn't seem like the type of person who would want help? Especially not from an amateur like me. She sighs, turning away and giving the stovetop a quick wipe down with a nearby towel. Well, why? She's certainly most comfortable alone, and I agree that if you crowded her too much, she might resent you for it. She's the type of person who needs a lot of space. But even those types of people need human company from time to time. We all do. Pondering if my efforts would be helpful or wanted, I suppose I should decide how I feel. Agreed to help out. Why not? Yeah, I guess you're right. Really? Yeah, I'll at least talk to her, see what I can do. That's great. I'll write down the address of the studio for you. She pulls a ballpoint pen out of a nearby drawer, quickly scribbling it into a sticky note and handing it to me. The weather is starting to get a little warmer. I almost started sweating on my way here. The once crisp spring air has become more humid, and a warm haze signals the imminent arrival of summer. I won't complain though. It's better than foggy gray skylines and half-melted snowmen. Is this old? Yeah, I think so. Wait, I don't know if this is new. So this is the point where you're asking, or the main character is asking Nudie like a couple of different questions to kind of get to know her a little bit more. So any close friends? You haven't lived here long, right? I'm a second-year student, so not too long, but I know my way around town. Just ask me. Do you have any close friends yet? I have a lot of friends, I think. Wow, a popular girl. I'm honored to be your friend. Stop. I'm not popular. I don't think. I wouldn't say I have any really close friends. Nobody that I would really share everything with. So I don't remember getting this interaction or dialogue from my first playthrough. I could be dead wrong. I probably did get this. But maybe I can be that person. You're confident. Of course. It's one of the many positive traits I have. Speaking and reading is not one of them. Maybe too confident. Alright, let's chat. Okay. Day 15. Alright, well, exchange with Nudie is done. What's next? Another morning. Another one of Kay's new cooking adventures. Oh, hey. Hey, Devin. This is Yujong. I'll be in the classroom a little early today if you want to join me. Nice. How did she even get my... Oh, yeah. Why didn't I even think of that? I guess I'm going to class now. What a good student. Have a nice day, Devin. Hold on. What? Did she say anything first, though? How is it this time? It's hard to eat when she's staring so intently. Oh, okay. What kind of person is Kay? She's equal parts mysteriously, oh my gosh. She's equal parts mysterious and openly goofy. I can't read her at all. Still, I have my own thoughts, I guess. So is this what happens when, like for example, this time during my first playthrough? Was it when I was on that jog with Sola and she was asking like, oh, hey, why, you like Kay or something like that? I don't know. I just don't know what conclusions to draw from them yet. In any case, I expected a house full of relative strangers to be awkward and full of drama, but there's been none of that. A calming presence no matter how I look at it. Let's try with both hands now. I think you can do it. Your faith is misguided. Come on now. My non-dominant hand doesn't really work that way. If my dominant hand is drunks on a train, my other hand is soup on a roller coaster. It's bad, but I'm making it through very slowly. Yujong nods along, allowing me to flounder as I correct my own mistakes. Her silent support is encouraging, as if she truly believes I'll be able to figure it out. It's a weird feeling, having someone put faith in you. After a great deal of tripping and stumbling, I make it to the end. There's clearly a lot of work to be done in the next few days, but it's a real confidence booster to be able play a piano piece from beginning to end without giving up. Yujong claps excitedly while I slump over the keyboard. You did it! I told you! Still needs work. Nobody gets it perfect on the first try. You probably could. Maybe. That's besides the point. You're learning. Practice makes perfect. Let's try it again. I think you have the first half down, so let's start from page 2. Starting in the middle is awkward. If you really want to master it, you should be able to start from anywhere, don't you think? Eh? Yujong! What is it? I got out of class early. And what do you want from me? Let's go get lunch. Dad's coming to pick us up. Her eyes flicker at the mention of her father. Dad? Why? He says the air conditioning at the office is on the fritz or something. Oh, are you two Mr. Soul's kids? She holds her gaze for a moment before looking back at the music sheets. Because, I say that because the air conditioning at work, yeah. And like in the first playthrough, the air conditioning was trash too at the workplace. I can't. I have to stay here. Why? I'm teaching, silly. Yuri furrows her brow and puffs her cheeks. Fine. Have fun, you two. What is that supposed to mean? Don't worry about it. Bye, guys. She scampers off. Feeling awkward about the situation, I wonder if I should say something. Encourage her to go with Yuri. You can go with her. I'm fine here. I don't mind being here. I don't want you to feel like you have to watch over me. Teaching you is my responsibility, Devin. I'm happy to. I see. Now, where were we? Leave! Leave me! I'm fine. I feel a little guilty, like I'm just wasting her time. But it's nice to feel wanted, even if it's just because I'm someone's responsibility. Teacher, can I go to the bathroom?
What the heck? You're gonna go whether I tell you to or not. Or whether I say you can or not.
We've started spending nearly every class period together, sketching together outside, partially because the fresh spring air is a major improvement over a stuffy classroom, but partially because I'm able to learn a lot from Chang's abilities. Today is just another one of those days. The teacher doesn't seem to mind that one of his best students seems to sneak out every single day. Chang continues to avoid the other students in our class, especially Hyuri. She's never specifically mentioned her, but it's easy to sense the contempt whenever Hyuri is around. They are pretty different after all. I'm watching Chang sketch her comics again. Her hand effortlessly moves about the page, creating delicately drawn characters. It's a real sight to behold. Watching her process is far more interesting than anything I could create. I wonder what kind of comics she's making. I don't think I've ever asked about it. What are you staring at? You, obviously. Weirdo. Her barbs don't carry the same venomous bite they used to. I'm either used to it, or she's warming up to me. I'm just looking at your comics. You should look at your own paper instead. I'm learning from you. Wow, I never thought I'd be a teacher. Dripping with sarcasm, of course. She sighs gently. It's not that important. I just like drawing comics because I want to make a full story someday. I think that'd be fun. About what? I haven't thought that far ahead yet. A story full of continuous characters, places. Sounds interesting, don't you think? That describes most stories, I think. Screw you, you know what I meant. Drawing individual pieces, that's cool. You can hang them up on your wall, whatever. I want to make something that leads into another something. And someday, I'll have a whole collection of somethings that I can look back on and smile. A good story involves characters that do a lot of things together. Characters you like, hoping they succeed. Am I an interesting character? Do people like me and I hope I succeed? And hope I succeed. What a scary thought. But in the end, I understand what she's saying. Familiarity leads to affection. Oh, you finally get it. Stories can't overstay their welcome, though. I think that's the worst thing that can happen. People getting bored of your work. People getting tired of you when they don't care what happens to you anymore. Rough. Well, what do you want your story to be about? I haven't thought that far ahead yet. I just draw some characters, some scenes, practicing. Maybe someday I'll figure it out. I have some character designs, but nothing concrete. I need to put some real thought into it. I can help you. I got some good ideas in the old noggin. Probably not. I'll help you. She stops sketching and looks up at me. Wow. She smirks sarcastically. What would I have done without my hero Devin to save me? Now everything is solved. Seriously though, I don't need anyone's help. Your drawings are definitely different from mine too. Well, fine. But thanks. Don't want my help. I don't want to help anyways. On my way back from the coffee shop, I realized that I'm not too far from Y's studio. Or at least where Kay told me it was. Should I drop by and pay her a visit? Heck yeah, visit her. I mean, it can't hurt, right? Nah, it can't. I make my way across the plaza, sprawling with couples and families out and about during this warm spring evening. The sun sets before me as I approach what looks to be a fairly unassuming brick building. Well, this seems to be the place. Oh my gosh, it's Jay's studio. Not Jay, not the character Jay. I mean like Jay Park. Cause I see the homeboy right here. I can hear the sounds of emphatic drumming immediately upon entering, albeit dulled by the soundproof glass between us. Y sits in the rear of the band's formation, with the same members from the other day flanking her, singer in front. The music comes to an abrupt stop as the members gesture animatedly towards one another, the singer in particular flailing his arm and pointing fingers like a cartoon character. Y simply stays perched in her drum set, visibly annoyed. I'm telling you, you guys just have to play a little softer and let my voice come through. I mean, why even have a band if you can't hear the... He stops upon noticing me standing in front of the door. Oh, hey dude, we're actually not accepting autographs right now, so if you could... Y shoves the singer out of the way. Emerging from the booth, face as red as a tomato, she stops over to me and drags me out of the room by my sleeve. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I in trouble? Well, let's take a break then, everyone. Am I in trouble? Y slams the door, breathing heavily and glaring at me. What? What I do? What are you doing here? Oh my gosh! The age-old question. Oh, I came to see you. She furrows her brow in confusion. How did you know I was here? I just guessed. Kay told me you practiced here. You're not helping anyone by embarrassing me. What did I do? A bit blunt, but I also understand why it has a certain way with words. How do I respond? I'm just here to show my support. Support main here. Overwatch support main. I'm just here to show my support. She turns away without responding. Even though she doesn't say much, I think it's getting easier to understand what she's feeling. I don't know what to say. Hey, that's alright. Anyway, I figured I could at least try to contribute, somehow. I learned some music theory from Yujong. You know her? The student teacher at the school? She nods slightly, her head movement nearly imperceptible. Well, so I was thinking, you were playing the same song from the other night, right? She looks over at me from the side of her eye. I think if you guys maybe used part of the bridge as the hook, I think that might be helpful, don't you think? She looks away. I mean, not that I know what I'm saying either, just, trying to help, just my old rookie brain, She glances back. And Yujong taught you that? She helped me understand that kind of stuff, I guess. I see. She turns to the door, heading back inside. As I thought, maybe this was a bad idea. I don't know the first thing about music. How am I supposed to... Thank Yujong for me. Well, alright, that's cool. Oh, sure. I think it was my idea, though. And thanks, Devin. She walks back into the studio without looking back. Did she just read my mind? Yeah, it was my idea. Oh, hey, you're my best friend. Hello? Hi, are you hungry? Oh, she gonna take me out to dinner. We back. Oh, it feels a little weird to go back through her story again like this. Yep, and it's these two. What up, my boy Z? What up? At least you trash, you can get the heck out of here. That's so weird. Get it? The first punch was thrown by Nudie. It wasn't Jay. Third, fourth, fifth. C major, E major. This is so boring. Music theory is like homework. I thought making music was supposed to be free and spiritual and all that. This is just like my elementary school math homework. No, man, making music is hard. Like, I've tried to make music and it's hard. Oh well, at least I'm treated to this relaxing piano melody while I grind away at it. And it stops. Well, she stopped. She looks down at the keyboard. Her right hand trembles slightly as she slides it off the ivory keys and onto the bench. Devin? Yeah? Wanna go somewhere? What happened to your hand? What happened? Where? Let's get coffee. Everybody loves coffee. Coffee. I'm sorry. Sometimes it feels like there's only one coffee shop in this entire city. Yujong quietly sips on her coffee, staring out the window while placidly admiring the street view. So what's wrong? What do you mean? You're the last person I'd expect to sneak out in the middle of class. What's going on? Her eyes wander while taking a deep swig from her cup. I'm just having a hard time focusing lately. Just tired, I guess. Not a big deal. Are you not sleeping enough? I'm fine, don't worry. I'm sure you can handle it. Ha, I'm glad you have faith in me. What was it you said to me the other day? Your faith is misguided? She chuckles. Hey, that's only for me. You're in a category of your own. She holds the cup in both hands, fingers restlessly fidgeting with the paper sleeve. Although, I'm not so sure anymore these days. Sure about what? It's nothing. I'm just rambling. Sounds like she's doubting herself a little. I think you're very capable. I'm sure you've got it under control. It seems like you always do. Huh? I mean, from what Yuri said, and what I've seen while you've taught me. You're always so focused, working tirelessly to improve your own skills, while still finding time to help me out. I know you don't like to rely on others. You're independent. That's what Yuri told me as well. But you can rely on me. I just want you to know that. Maybe that was too much. Did I say too much? Yujong? Oh, snap, she closed her eyes. Her eyes are closed. She seriously fell asleep on me. Her eyelashes flutter as she stirs, slowly awakening before emitting a slight yawn. Did she really... did homegirl really just pass out on me? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I bore you? Sorry, did I fall asleep? I don't know. You tell me, lady. I'm sorry. I'm just really tired these days. Well, all the time. You're right. I should go to bed earlier. Well, this was a good break from class. Shall we go back? Sure. Freaking waste of my breath. She picks her phone up from the table, checking the time. Oh, looks like class is about to end. I guess there's no reason to go back at this point. She stands up. Are you going home? I have another class after this. You? Me too. I'll see you tomorrow, I guess. Thanks for coming out with me. She begins to walk away. Yujong? She stops and turns back. Can we do this again sometime? Hang out, that is. With you? I don't know about that. She giggles. Just kidding. Of course we can. Just don't freaking fall asleep on me again, alright? Wasting my time, wasting my breath. Bye, Devin. She has some sort of sense of humor after all. This character. I think she'll be the main character. Oh yeah, that's a good design. Good design. Did I just... completely slurred that. I'm thinking dark hair with casual style. Strong personality. General-like. I also kind of want her to have fire hands. Is that too crazy? Fiery hands? I'll think about it. Chang flips through her sketchbook of designs with recurring characters that have clearly evolved and grown with years of practice. It's apparent that she's had these ideas floating around in her head for a long time now. Maybe one of those characters with a sad backstory. An orphan street urchin or something? Or is that too cliche? Sounds good to me. Really? You think so? Yeah, it's your story. I think you should just be confident in it. Maybe you're right. I'll write it down. The self-doubt is likely the reason it's taken her years to put this story onto paper. The backstory is really important for stories, I think. Gives them a motivation. Makes them seem real, I guess. Yes. Anyway, how's your drawing coming along? Just, a couple of stick figures. Yeah. It's unusual for Chang to talk this much about anything. I can't say it's a bad thing. It's a refreshing change. I don't know how you guys deal with this. There are so many assignments every day. You have to be a prodigy like me, I guess. Truly a master of deadpan delivery. She glances over at my paper. You're getting better, at least. Oh, thanks. I guess I'm learning from the prodigy herself. She chuckles as she goes back to sketching. There's a vibrating noise that seems to be emanating from Chang's pocket. Are you gonna get that? She rolls her eyes and begrudgingly pulls her cell phone out, briefly looks at the caller ID, and casually tosses the phone onto the ground beside her. Okay. Who was that? 3 missed calls. I don't know if y'all can read that properly, but yeah, it says 3 missed calls. No one. Ooh. Something's happening. I enter the kitchen to see Kay standing in front of the open fridge. Off to work again. Another lovely day. Oh, this is old stuff. What are you feeling? Like a real boy? I don't know. I don't know why this seems to happen, but no matter what time of day I come to the classroom to practice piano, Y is also here drumming away. Part of me wonders if it's because she's just here all day, but I sincerely hope that's not the case. After a few minutes of futilely attempting to practice the pieces I went over with Yujong, I walk across the hall to Y's practice room. A little socializing would probably be good for her at this point. Catching a glimpse of me through the window, she carefully sets her drumsticks to the side and opens the door, stepping out to meet me. Hey. Hi. Well, at least she said hi this time. How did the rest of your band practice go? She shifts her weight, fingers fidgeting nervously. It was fine. Not wanting to pry, I attempt to move on. How did you meet your band members anyway? They asked me to. Asked you to? I just make the music. The band wanted it and asked me to drum for them. I think that's the longest sentence I've ever gotten out of her. You made the song from the other day? She nods. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to impose my criticism the other day. That was probably unnecessary. I apologize. Why are you apologizing? I don't want to imply your work isn't good. You were right, though. It was better after I changed it. I never saw it that way until you mentioned it. She leans on the wall with her hands behind her back, once again staring down at her sneakers. Is the band something you want to be in? It sounds like you just got swept up in it. Her gaze rises, staring off into the distance. I haven't really thought about it. I guess I just want to make something beautiful. Beautiful? Question mark? Hey, what's up? Even though I'm probably going to skip a lot of this. Alright, day 19. Yeah, the rest of that was just Nudie saying where I came from. That whole interaction. Making my way into the classroom, it looks like Yujong is taking notes in one of the music theory notebooks. Hopefully she's doing it for me, because I swear if I have to spend another day on that stuff, I'm going to... Good morning, Devin. Her unusually bubbly greeting takes me by surprise. Did she add more work to the book? I'm gonna lose it. How's the music theory going? Oh, how's the music theory going? I thought that was my character. Oh yeah. I love it so much. It's my favorite thing in the world. I lay awake at night fantasizing about music theory. Totally. Yujong bursts into laughter and playfully punches my shoulder. You're funny. Anyway, I made some notes for you so you can focus on our duet. Thanks. I think that's the first time she's ever initiated any sort of contact. Well, I'm going to get back to piano. Let me know if you have more questions. I can help. There are only a few days before the semester ends, so make sure you can do it. Yeah. Ah, my favorite couple. My favorite pairing. Teacher. Wait, no, that's me. Freak. Anyway, Devin, how are your assignments going? I need them by the end of the semester. I feel like she just said this to me a few days ago. Sometimes the teacher feels like an NPC in a video game, but like not a new one, but one from over a decade ago. How much of my grade are these theory assignments worth? I motion toward the towering stack of notebooks and worksheets beside me. She furrows her brow in thought while flipping through one of her many binders. Music theory work. 10%? Is that right? Yep. That should take care of it. What? Did I just trash it? That shoulder should be further down. Think of the trapezius muscles and get a gentle slope down. Show me an example. Flip your hair back and show off that neckline. Keep dreaming, stupid. It was worth a try. Alright, try to be slick with it. Lost by the wayside was the other day's awkward moments. I didn't want to pry into Chang's personal life, but my thoughts couldn't help but wander. I know Chang is a loner, and I know she's a masterclass artist compared to me. But even after knowing each other for a few weeks, I've realized I don't really know a thing about her. At least not anything more than the other students in our class would. I know she loves comics, and she's clearly done a lot of research on how to craft a good story. She doesn't seem to have much interest in talking about herself, but maybe with a little prodding she would open up a little. She's clearly capable of going into detail about things she's passionate about. Hey Chang. What? As usual, she responds indifferently without even looking away from her sketchbook. Where are you from? She furrows her brow and briefly glares disapprovingly before continuing her work. Don't want to tell me? Nope. Why not? Why should I? Yo, that's a good that's you know what? Fair point. I've been told that friendships are built on mutual understanding and respect. What is that? From a movie? Are you a robot? And you're not my friend. Okay. Alright. I guess we're not friends. Thought we were friends. I'm the only one who hangs out with you. What else would I be? You go first. I lived alone in a small apartment with no friends, family, or job. I picked up a phone I found on the ground and I woke up here. Chang stops drawing and looks over at me. There, now it's your turn. Is that some sort of joke? No, that's actually what happened. I promise you. Why would I believe that? You have no reason to believe me whatsoever, because that does sound kind of whack. But just trust me on this. Just trust me. You don't have to believe me. I know I wouldn't either. Chang pauses for a moment as if she's trying to decide whether to believe me or not. Looks like she's going back to drawing. Oh well, I tried. Well, alright. That would be a pretty cool backstory for a comic character. I'll have to remember that. I've been to a lot of places. This is my third school in 4 years. I spent the longest at this one so far, though. Why did you move so often? Just bad situations, I guess. How bad? It's not important. Was it a family thing? Hey, your drawing is off. Let me help you with that. Looks like we made some progress today, at least. Building her backstory, one line at a time. Seems like Chang's got family issues. Ooh, that's not good. Another night alone. Kay's off to work and I'm trying to keep busy. Shouldn't you be sleeping? Wait, what are you doing here? Wanted to go for a walk or something. She walks up beside me. What's this? Music theory? You should work on your art skills instead. What am I gonna do if you fail the class? Yeah, let's poke some fun. Why, would you miss me? She scoffs with a slight chuckle. That's a good one. You didn't answer. So, I guess you will. Whoops. I guess you are gonna miss me. Shut up. I pull out my sketchbook. She points at some areas that could be improved, but generally seems a little less flippant than usual. She moves the chair next to mine and sits beside me. Texting other girls? Good joke. I was talking to Kay. She wanted me to ask everyone if they'd like to do something together when she comes back. I don't know what though, she didn't say. Why would I do that when I have everything I could ever want right here in this house? Her words drip with sarcasm. Even a brooding artist like you must enjoy new experiences once in a while, right? She hops off the chair. I'll think about it. See ya. Night. I guess it would be nice for everyone to get together. I don't think that's happened in the entire time I've been here. It's been a long time since I felt like I belonged somewhere. Alright. Day 20. Why wasn't at school, or at the school today? For the first time in, well, ever, I was able to get some piano practice done. It's hard practicing a duet alone, but I need to put in the work to ensure that I can pass the class. More importantly, I don't want to fail Yu Jong. In any case, I figured that I could pay Y a visit since I'm in the area. Even though she doesn't say much, I feel relaxed around her. I opened the door to find Y hunched over a soundboard by herself. Massive studio headphones enveloping her bright blonde hair. I walk up behind her, tapping her on the shoulder to alert her of my presence. She yelps and leaps from her seat, sending her headphones careening across the room. Well, why would you scare me like that? All I did was just tap you like that. Oh, you can get scared? You're not a robot after all. What are you doing here? Oh, I just happen to be in the area, She doesn't respond, turning back to her board of switches and sliders. How long have you been cooped up in here? She scoops her headphones up and responds without looking away from the board. Been here since around 7? 7 p.m.? It's about 7 right now. 7 a.m. What? You need to take a break, girl. You're human too. Allegedly. Huh? No, nothing. What? You want to go for a walk or something? Sure. Y heads off in her own direction, strolling east towards downtown. I don't think disagreeing with her will be very fruitful, so I decide to follow along. She maintains her usual stoic demeanor as we stroll along, her hands in her hoodie pocket. Are you hungry? You want to get food or something? No. I just like the night air. She has a point. There's something calm about a city at night, even if the air is thick with the exhaust of the traffic nearby. Obviously, Y is the quiet type, but she seems to answer most direct questions. I could use this chance to try and get to know her better. Do you have family around here? No. My family is far off somewhere else. Are you an only child? I have a sibling. We don't talk much. Somehow, I'm not surprised. Obviously, okay. What do you like to do in your free time? Drum. Other than drumming? I like coffee. Have you been to the place down the road? Sun Cafe? Yeah. It's nice. Obviously, why is the quiet type? Okay, nothing. You're a little strange, You don't eat, you barely sleep, you work all the time. It's unusual. She stops in her tracks. You're not the first to tell me that. Nearly reactionless to what I've said, she simply stares up at the skyscrapers surrounding us. The world is quite vast. I just hope I can make an impression. Excuse me? She lowers her gaze, making rare eye contact with me. Anyway, I'm ready to go home now. Okay, you sure? Yeah. Thanks for visiting me, Devin. Nice. Progress. She's talking to me. Ready to get started with today's lesson? No, we are not. We will leave that for the next episode. So yeah, we got Y to talk to us a little bit more instead of just saying, hey, what the heck are you doing here? And stuff like that. Yu Jong is hanging out with me. We're actually friends. Chang, apparently we're not friends. But yeah, it does seem like Chang definitely has like some family issues. Well, I'm assuming she's got family issues, but I don't know. We'll see how these stories play out. But for now, that's gonna do it. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. And if you guys are new here or maybe enjoy my content, maybe consider subscribing to the channel. And yeah, it's DevinePlayz and I'm out. Peace.